What's up, guys? I just saw the new horror and comedy movie, The Monkey, based on the works by Stephen King. It's starring Theo James, and it's directed by Oz Perkins, who directed Longlegs. It came out last year, and that's a movie that's not getting a lot of love like I thought it was going to get this award season. It's not getting really any mentions, and it's kind of crazy because, like, when Longlegs came out, it wasn't an event movie. Like, it didn't make $1 billion. It didn't even make $500 million. But, like, everyone on film Twitter was like, oh, you got to see this. And, like, people were seeing it, and they're like, because people were trying to call it, like, oh, it's the scariest movie you've ever seen. And you're like, it's not that but people saw it, like, that's a movie where people were like, you got to see this movie. And a sizable amount of people went out and saw that movie. And it's really good. It was a really good movie, And now he's back, and in my opinion, he made another good movie. This movie is more comedy. Like, this is, like, it's less of the horror as comedy, but it's more a comedy movie. The deaths are comedic. They're like this insane deaths, with a lot of blood, a lot of fake blood, and this, it's a comedy movie. And I think Theo James really played, like, first off, the first thing I'm gonna say about Theo James is, he's playing an ordinary guy, but y'all see the way that man looks. That man is not. This motherfucker's working at a convenience store, and you're looking at this motherfucker like, this motherfucker should be on fucking modeling for Vogue or something. This motherfucker is not an ordinary guy. And after a while, I'm just looking at this guy, and I'm hearing them do the narration, because the first, I want to say 20 to 30 minutes of this movie where we see Adam Scott playing Theo James' character Bill and Hall. He's playing her dad, and then we get to see Tatiana Maslany play their mom. And I'm gonna say some things about Tatiana Maslany. This woman, she's a comedian to her heart. She's so funny. She has such great timing. It is amazing what she can do when she has a great script that's not dog shit. And I really hope she gets another chance at She-Hulk, because she has the energy, she has the charisma for it, she has the gravitas for all of it. It's just she needs some shit to work with. If you ain't gonna give her nothing to work with, you shouldn't be surprised at the results you get. You know what I mean? But as I was watching this movie, and I was watching Theo James, and I'm listening to his narration, it just kept hitting me. This fucking guy should be the DCU Batman. Like, this guy should be Batman. Like, in my mind, a perfect Batman casting now would be Jensen Ackles for him. Like, look at him, listen to his voice. I'm not saying Robert Pattinson's a bad-looking dude, but, like, Theo James is, like, there's levels to it. Like, that's, like, when you're thinking playboy, millionaire, doesn't give a fuck, party boy, you got it right there. He looks a little bit older, too. Like, he can sell he's a little bit older. Like, all I'm saying is Theo James probably should be the DCU's Batman. And I don't really think it's a debate. I really think it should be him. But the truck drives by. I really just don't think there's a debate. Sorry about that, but I think, like, this whole time I was watching this movie and I'm looking at Theo James, all I could think is, this guy should be Batman, this guy should be Batman, this guy should be Batman. But he really sells, and this movie has so many great, like, callbacks. Like, when he's introducing his brother, Bill, he says Bill is the type of guy that will, when you put out your hand and shake, he'll slick back his hair. And in the end of the movie, he slicks back his hair. And another thing I like is, since, like, they grew up, like, the movie takes you from, like, one town to a little older town that's in Maine, we get to see a lot of landline use, because those older homes are such a small town. They still have landlines. Like, you can tell the movie's set in, like, 2024, 2025, because there are use of touchscreen technology. And, like, but, like, his character Hall, the brother Hall, he drives a little older car. And once you get into town, you start seeing a lot of older cars, And that's for, like, the monkey aspect of it. After, like, at the beginning, you look at the monkey as, like, this demonic thing, but once you get to the end, you start to realize this monkey is only evil when people use him for evil purposes. And by evil purposes, I mean, don't turn the fucking key. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Like I said, this movie's just it's just like a really enjoyable watch, very funny. Theo James really brings it as a leading man, and all the other like side characters, they really bring it. Elijah Wood, he's in this movie for 2 minutes, and you can already, and you like, you meet his character, you know him for 2 minutes, and you fucking hate him, and then he's gone. And you look and like, and it's like, and I'm gonna tell you why that's important, because they set it up that Hall, the Hall brother, he doesn't want his son Petey to be in his life because he doesn't want the monkey to have a chance to kill Petey. So he sees Petey once a year. And then Elijah Wood's character, I forgot his name. I think his name was Tom, but I forgot it. He said something that he's gonna adopt Petey, so Hall doesn't have to see him anymore. And once that's laid out there, and you know you hate fucking Hall, you know you hate Elijah Wood's character, you really don't want to see him get to raise Petey, and Petey really doesn't want to. Petey never says, "Oh, I hate him," but you can get the vibe. You get the vibe, you know. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to come on here and say about the movie. Like I said, this is really enjoyable. I know some people aren't into gore, but this is like goofy gore because all the deaths are like, it's like they're freak accidents, and it's so over the top that it's not like anything close to like reality, in my opinion. So yeah, The Monkey, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. A really funny movie. We need more comedies. One of Them Days came out last month or earlier this month, and I didn't get to see it. I didn't have time. It might still be in theaters. If I have time next week and nothing good's coming out, I might see it. But I think something good's coming out next week again too. So, The Monkey, 8 out of 10. Peace.